Hey yo, Nevan again. This is round 2, game 2 against JZW in the Lords of Middle-earth tournament. This time I am Shadow. They gave me their password for this one. They either gave me the wrong one or it is bugging out. Either are possible. So unfortunately, just be my hand again. Unfortunately, I don't get to kind of analyze both sides. It's kind of what I prefer to do, but it is what it is. I mean, we can still analyze with their dice at the very least. So I drew Many Kings and the Breaking of the Fellowship. So Many Kings, great early game card. Happy to see it. You don't really need a turn one, but I won't complain. Let's do something with a Palantir if you roll too many. Notably, I forgot to mention it, but they were +7, I think, or +8 on sixes in our last game as Shadow. So I'm definitely kind of hoping for the. If you didn't watch it, they actually got a turn 6 military on me in Lords, which is impressive. So yeah, the definitely got my booty whooped, that's for sure. So hoping for the similar luck with my Shadow game here. Alright, so they actually separate Gimli. A very common move in Lords, for sure. So yeah, I get my muster token, happy to have it. Allocate 1 eye, roll 1 more. And they roll a pretty, average roll, right? Against 2 eyes. I think you're happy to see that in Lords. Happy that I got my token because I only rolled 1 muster. Okay, they start off by moving. I hit them and they get Smeagol immediately, which is pretty goofy, but hey, at least it pretty much confirms they're going to be moving with that will now. Alright, so I draw a character card. Again, just committing to my character card draws. I know I want to play Many Kings, but with 2 Palantirs, obviously, might as well draw a character card, especially if they get revealed here. For sure going to save my muster for if they get revealed or not when they move again, because the chief is way better than whatever else that muster can get me. Alright, so they play every little with a muster. Every little is a game with a muster die. It's definitely an interesting decision. I mean, when you really think about it, you can get the elves to war this turn. Granted, with Smeagol's guide, how useful is that? There's no way you're killing Gandalf unless you random. Like a complete mad lad, I'd respect it. Alright, so I play Many Kings. The standard ones, put them in the east, and then have my little extra down there. Saves me the trip to Umbar, which is always nice. So, yep, they move. I hit, and they drew a second Smeagol tile. Wowzers. 14, 15, 16, yeah. So there's 2 Smeagol tiles out of 18 initially. So it's a 1 and 9, and then it's a math. What, a 1 in 17? Yeah, 1 in 17 for the second one. The big draw. That is the odds of drawing both of them back to back like that are astronomically low. But, is that a good thing or is it a bad thing, right? As Shadow, your first instinct's like, damn it. But your second instinct's like, well, similar to my last game as Free People, now you're kind of stuck with the little asshole, and there's really nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is hope he dies because you ain't separating him. So he just kind of becomes an annoying kind of thorn in your side forever if you just keep getting lucky and not getting hit. Alright, so I move Barter to Gorgoroth and start moving, get those South Rons ready now that I kind of got a little shortcut to getting them fully rocked and loaded. Still waiting. They move the elves down. I move from Gorgoroth to the Black Gate and then start moving that Easterling army now that it's also full. They move the elves down again. I agree with that. I would do the same, and then I'm just going to burn both of these to get Saruman. Makes sense. I drew Wormtongue and Hill Trolls. Hopefully we get rid of that Gandalf die. Okay, yeah. Alright, so threw 1 eye in, rolled 1 more. Pretty happy with my rolls. Only 1 muster again, but what can you do? They move, they're safe. Alright, so I moved Northumberland into Moria, and then I started working my way to Dimmeraldale. I guess I'm looking at their die. Right, I have what? 1, 2, 3 attacks. Alright, so I can technically attack Lorien this turn. And the big kind of benefit of that is Are they really going to burn that will to get a muster in? Right? They wait for me to muster Sour on the war, bring Galadriel in, I attack. Are they going to burn that will to get an elite in? It's a decision. Well, it's a decision I'm forcing them to make instead of kind of letting them fly by the seat of their pants. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so they opt to just muster the elves to war. Now they're going to burn the will to put an elite in. So technically, it actually... Right, and then they get Galadriel in. Okay, so... Yeah, that was actually a really rough call from... Oh, I'm not actually even going for it. Oh, okay. Oh, man, I'm so... I play so stupid. I love me. Okay, so all in all, I think what they did there was a mistake. Because... Right, I would have put the elves to war. Had I just kind of followed through with my plan, maybe I was scared of Power Too Great. They do have 2 strategy cards. He's holding on to that Palantir. Maybe it spooked me a little. But yeah, now because they wasted that muster putting them to war, I double move into Dimrildale, combining the Moria and Dol Guldur army. It gets me to a nice 10 health with one leadership. I attack them. And now that because they burned that muster to put the elves to war, like that attack doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't benefit them. And then we would brawl unless they burned a ring on that Palantir to get another elite in. Which again, had they just waited for me to attack it, it would have gotten the same result. But would I win that fight? It's not. It's 10 health against 5, but I only have 1 leadership. I have a they are terrible, which does nothing. Or sorry, a foul stench that does nothing. They are terrible, does nothing. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have won that. I think that's why I'm deciding to pivot south. Makes sense. I mean, yeah, I don't see myself getting 5 hits on that little army. So I go south, and I'm so funny. I play Wormtongue, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to march outside your borders. We're all going to stand in a little like Jenga line, and Wormtongue's just kind of going to weasel his way through the orcs and be like, no, it's good. It's good. You don't see Wormtongue get played often. So yeah, and then I just move in. Like, it's free real estate at this point. Interesting. So yeah, they burn Gandalf's ring to protect Helm's Deep. Right, so the Galadriel muster ended up being a waste. So I think in both my Shadow games, I'm going for Rohan immediately from Dol Guldur. It's funny. Yeah, burning a ring for that, not sure. And I get Gothmog. I feel like I should get the Balrog. I guess I don't want the Balrog to influence the Fellowship. I kind of want Smeagol to stick around. But the elves are already at war, so there's hardly a downside to it. It does boost Gimli's efficiency up north. But realistically, I'm just kind of, waiting for a bad roll to jump on Woodland Realm. That's the kind of disadvantage of Woodland Realm as free people. Once you see the attack coming, it's usually too late. You kind of have to pre-muster them, like Dol Amroth. So just wait for the bad roll, then strike with that Easterling army, and then just hold. Because Erebor's, yeah, it's going to be a headache. Okay, but I get Gothmog. No Black Captain. I could have gotten the Black Captain if I wanted, but I'm opting not to. I draw Grond and Deadly Strife. So had I had that Deadly Strife, I probably would have went for that Lorien attack. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, that would show way more promise. Because I believe I said it in one of my other videos, but you get pretty much statistically the full value of Deadly Strife if you only have 3 leadership. So with only 1 leadership, you still get plenty of value. There's that chance that you'll get, because you get the Deadly Strife, and then I got the press as well, so it would have been a decent amount of dice. Very risky, though. Okay, allocate 1 eye. I roll 2 more, because Gothmog failed me immediately. Fantastic. Pretty much a waste of a die, then. Right, I muster an elite and an Orthanc. Oh yeah, I didn't even comment on their roll. Yeah, they got really bad. They got the Moom roll. Pretty much the worst dice you can get in the game. Very unfortunate for them. Yeah, that's never fun. Granted, I did roll 3 eyes. Not really a turn you want to be moving, but how useful are 3 Palantirs? The old Palantir rolls, always striking when you least expect them, or when you most expect them, to be honest. Alright, so they play Thranduil, get that free draw. Alright, so I just start mega mustering because they've already burned a ring to get Rohan in my way. I definitely just want to try to get them to burn another. I take Fold, come out to Fords. I think I only leave a regular in because I don't want them to conquer it. I don't really care about, like, Gandalf the White's miles away, similar to my Free People game. So I'd rather just not have West Emnet go for a military because that could backfire. With Lori in there and Dol Guldur empty, that'll backfire very quick. And yeah, notably as well, I'm taking advantage of Wormtongue. Okay, burns a ring to move. They're safe, so that's good at least. I take Edoras. And I move out the Black Gate. Makes sense. So, yep, took full advantage of Wormtongue here. Got the city without any resistance. I also just kind of want them to be annoyed with these 2 musters. So, at the end of the day, it's a very good thing I didn't get the Black Captain because Gondor being activated right now would have been rough. But he can still just muster the elves. Does muster Gondor once, which makes perfect sense. I heal trolls into Edoras. And alright, I burn the ring. I attack Helm's Deep. And put Rohan to war. So yes, Rohan is at war, but they're kind of in an awkward spot, right? They got to waste a hybrid to try to retake Fold, but they can't retreat the Fold, notably, once I attack them, so they're in a really rough spot right now. Rohan's always awkward. For both sides, usually. Okay, I draw Lidless Eye and Pits of Mordor, so Desperate Battle, very helpful. You know, Helm's Deep is free, but it's not super free. It's still 3 guys with a leader. You know, it's 4 dice they're rolling. That could backfire quick if you don't respect it. Did I allocate? Yeah, I had to. Yep, allocated an eye, rolled 2 more. So rolling lots of eyes and Palantirs, and then they get the move roll. So pretty much is like almost a copy of our game. It's kind of weird. So he's trying to play the game, right? He's trying to have fun. But the game's like, no, none of that. You're going to move, and you're going to just pray, I guess. Right? He's spent the time, like, Rohan's at war. He can maybe muster an elite West Emnet. Maybe get the elves rocking, you know, go for on the offense if possible. But with 4 characters and a Palantir, what are your real choices here? They get hit immediately, and it's a 0 reveal, so pretty much one of the worst scenarios. Moria draws a 3, so bye-bye Smeagol. At least he's corruption efficient, but corruption efficiency is not what they want right now. Alright, I put the Chief on him. First appearance of the Chief in this tournament. Why do I do that? I guess because I rolled 2 Palantirs. What else am I going to do with them? Alright, I got crappy things like the Lidless Eye and whatnot. Do I really need to, yeah, do I really need to, like, hard commit to military when the Fellowship's kind of having, like, a little bit of an awkward time? They hide. I attack Helm's Deep. Desperate Battle, so they counter it with Advantageous, which is a good play. It did save them 1 hit. But I do get 2 on the reroll. They get 2. I press. Alright, they play Confusion, so, but I do get lucky. I roll my 6s. And so they only get 1 hit from the Confusion, so get that army. So I think the reason why I really wanted that Edoras army to have that Hill Trolls is because I knew that army would be a little beat up after that fight. Right, if they were to have mustered, if they rolled better and mustered an elite in there in West Emnet, and that Orthanc army was chilling, that's 5 health against 5 health, you know, not great. They move again, hit twice, so it's a 2 reveal. Yeah, lose Gandalf to that for sure. I burn a ring on the Palantir. I think I burn a ring because I don't... should I burn the ring? Probably should have just kept the ring. That way, if they play the get the cards back, or get the rings back card, that he has to get Gandalf's if he only rolls one. Really don't want him to get Galadriel's. Then again, he didn't actually use Galadriel's ring for its effect. He just kind of used it normally. But I do opt to burn the ring to move leadership, so Gothmog goes up to the Blackgate army. The chief goes back on the Fellowship, and I fully beef up Helm's Deep. I think the reason I did that was the Edoras army is already kind of where I want to go, right, to pivot to Gondor. The Helm's Deep army, they're a little harder to move, so I might as well make them hurt. They pass. I play Breaking. Yeah, pretty good chance of going off. What, 3 and 13 for it to fail? Well, oh, sorry, way worse actually. Wasn't counting the 0. Well, not way worse. 4 and 13, so slightly unlucky. Not crazy unlucky, but hey, at least the 0 reveal's gone. Accidentally flips my Witch King without consent. Unbelievable. Hides the Fellowship with the Palantir. So Strider's getting great value right now. Again, it's just pretty much a sprint game all over. So I attack, they scout. They move again. Magically, yeah, I get 1 hit. It's a 3, and Boromir goes. So I can't complain. I think they got revealed a lot. Yeah, they've been revealed. Yeah, they've only been revealed twice, actually. They haven't been revealed a lot. They're all pretty much still in there. Never mind. Felt like they did. So suddenly, you know, Fellowship's, what, 3 spaces away from Mordor on turn 4? So, very similar vibes. Covered his dice a little early there. I combine those armies into West Emnet, and then I move the Blackgate towards Gondor. Probably should be moving that South-run army, but they are far from war, which is unfortunate. When you get an early mini-kings, you really hope you roll the musters to get them kind of in action, but I did burn some musters in Orthanc. I draw the Ring is Mine and Shadow of Dol Guldur. Yeah, I kill Balrog, because why bring him in at this point? They declare, and my friend comes with them. Okay, 1 eye roll, pretty good roll, and yeah, they only roll 1 movement again, so again, like, yeah, it's a very similar game. Just, like, the game's forcing you to sprint, and then the game, like, likes to trip you on the school bus right afterwards. Like, hut, gotcha. Here's your 2 Palantirs. Okay, they move. It's a hit, which is unlucky for them. Just a 1, though, so still not getting revealed. Yeah, 6 out of 10, so pretty much it was a coin flip. Now it's worse than a coin flip for them. If they had the ring retrieval card, they could have mustered Elrond in and got to Mordor, but they probably don't have it. Play Foul Thing, I draw 3, which is nice. They try to take it as corruption, but remind them it's Foul Thing, and I do get Strider. So 1 and 4, 25%, not as insane as the 1 and 7 for me, but you know, still very lucky for me. Happy to see it. And I draw Warm with Sorrow and Toil, which is pointless because it's only gonna give me 1 trigger because of hobbits. All right, so I do notice my musters. So like I just said, I really want to get them to war, get them into the action. So now that Southern army's come in full swing. Interestingly, I just decided to leave that East Emnet army by them, like, to their own devices, and just kind of pivot to Gondor. That could definitely bite me in the butt. Not sure why I didn't. I guess I'm racing right now, just like he was. I got lucky with the roll. Take advantage of it. All right. I think I probably should have played Ring is Mine as soon as possible. That way I get the new draw before he can burn Elrond's ring, probably get revealed, and then I wouldn't get the new draw. Because I really want to find Cruel Weather. Yeah, because I'm going to stall him this turn already because of his bad roll. Next turn, if I can stall him next turn, it's pretty much game unless some crazy military happens. Alright, they pass. I move. Yep, I get the Easterlings set up. And then I go to Druden. They have guards, which is nice. So, yeah, they burned a muster earlier to get Gondor 1 step because of Osgiliath. That was a wasteful action. Until now, because they had guards. So, pretty lucky draw. I think first 5 cards in their strategy deck. But considering they didn't draw any Rohan cards, I can't complain. Alright, I attack the Iron Hills here. Interesting. I must have missed it, but it looks like they put the dwarves down 1 step. I don't remember that happening. Alright, so I put them right to war. Obviously, they're going to get an elite in there. So, at the end of the day, if I did kill that regular, it's really not a big deal that they get an elite in there, because it's just 1 extra health than what they would have had with the regular. If they had Dane, that's a different story. Alright, so I attack Iron Hills while they're, Erebor while they're weak, and then he starts reinforcing Woodland Realm. Right, because there's no way I'm going for Woodland Realm, and I want to use that Easterling army for something. Yeah, because the moment I would have moved the Veil, they would have mustered an elite, and the next turn they probably muster another elite. Yeah, I was kind of in a pickle. But I put Minister Thunder, Gondor's at war, and we move on to turn 6. So notably, this is the turn where they won military in the first game, which is kind of crazy to think about. Shows you how fast that game went. I mean, and yeah, I was on, what, step 3 on Mordor? Yeah, it was crazy. I draw Orcs and Dreadful Spells. Dreadful Spells is like one of the perfect cards to draw right now because it gets me a cycle and helps me in Minas Tirith. Allocate 1 eye, roll 2 more. And again, they roll 1 movement. They can definitely get in this turn, but if I get Cruel Weather and they don't get revealed, they are not getting in. They play Faramir, which is depressing. No hits, though, so it's slightly less depressing. I attack Pell. They ask from where. There's only 1 place to attack them from. No hits. They roll 2. Oh, they thought I was attacking Osgiliath. Sorry. Right. So we just used the first 2 dice that he rolled, so we just used the 4/4, so no hits. Okay. So I take Pell with the South Runs, right? I'm just, again, forcing his moves here. Now he's just kind of... Gondor's a giant... Look at Gondor, right? This is just a mess. But they play Help and Look For into Minas Tirith. Oof. Oh, man. So I play Dread and Despair, right? Because, what, I'm only rolling 1 dice in this combat. Might as well forfeit my leadership so he's not going to hurt me. 1 and 1. Alright, I beeline it out of there. It's like, okay, yeah, reinforce it, make it mega. Right, so because he went for that play, I can opt to go for Dol Amroth because he wasted a die to do that. So it had a trade-off. Huh. I wonder why I didn't put... Oh, I couldn't. That's why. Couldn't put DA under siege. Right, I think I'm playing Dreadful Spells now because I want to hope that I can cycle into either Black Captain or Ringwraiths are abroad. Yeah, if I get lucky enough to draw one of those, that'll get me into DA. So I attack Minas Tirith from Druid Forest. So this is actually really cool because I'm attacking them with Dreadful Spells to hopefully lower their army so they still have to go under siege when I attack them. Because if I were to attack them right now, they'll just stay and get 3 hits. Alright, so they say in the future I'm supposed to draw the card after the effect. That is how Palantir of Orthanc works. But for the Chief, you draw it right when you play it, in case you are playing something like Nazgul's Search, where the Chief might move somewhere else. You know, it's right, if the Fellowship is on the Chief, when you play the card, you get the draw. But yeah, they're just learning, so nothing wrong with that. They bring Elrond out, which is obvious. I play The Ring Is Mine, draw on the Shelob. So no Cruel Weather. But he is giving me a ring, so he is safe on the movement. Right, so I play Shelobs here to draw another, and I get We Won't Go Back, so no Cruel Weather, but again, I didn't get far in my deck, so I had to go for it, though. Safe again, which is... That was 8 dice. No hits on 6s there. Unlucky. I do burn... yeah, I have the card draw, of course, so I use that, and then because he gave me Elrond's Ring, I can at least Nazgul Search him to hurt him a bit more. 3, and it's a 1 and 3 to draw an eye, so odds are with me, but not super with me. They're only a little. But at least he gets revealed, so. And there's cool weather. Unfortunate. You gotta love it. But. And it's a 1, so it's something. Does a random, gets a Hobbit, so that worked out. The Hobbit could have separated, which is pretty significant. The Hobbit goes in Minas Tirith. That could make quite a difference. Excuse me. So I get Denethor's and give it to us. That's the 3rd red tile now. I got pretty lucky with those draws. Granted, now, yeah, I am 13 cards left in my deck. I've committed to the characters, and this is why I always do this in Lords, because it seems to make more of a significant difference, and it usually comes out the longer games, right? When you, I think I brought it up in the last game, when you sprint, you're banking on the strategy cards helping you both sides, right? The most successful shadow sprints are Corsairs. Like, that card just wins you the game, simply. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if you opt to go kind of character cards and maybe put an extra eye in, those are usually the long games. I don't think putting the extra eye in is worth it, but... Right, so let's look at the pool. So we got 2 reds and a blue. 12 tile pool, not bad. So 1 and 6 for me to draw a red. That's pretty good odds for me. I allocate 1 eye. Roll 1 more, which I feel like I've done the whole game, and they roll more musters and palantirs. But at least we rolled some wills. Which, if I had Day Without Dawn, that would be devastating. Right, that is, you're not even hiding, so you're just going to take a corruption. Wow. Mustard and elite. Wow. Did I play it earlier? I don't remember playing a Relentless Assault. Wow, that was risky. Respect. Respect. You just risked Gandalf the White and just taking a corruption and not moving in Mordor. That is huge. Just to get an extra elite in the Dol Amroth. That is, I mean, in my opinion, not worth it whatsoever, but I respect it 100%. Wowzers. I put Minas Tirith under. Leave a regular Druiden. Huh. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Did I just want to protect myself from that Rohan army? It's a little goofy, isn't it? How the hell did I do that? Oh well. I guess Path of the Roses wouldn't even be that good. Weird. Puts an elite into Dol Amroth and a regular into Lassanac. I know they probably all they really want right now is hybrids, because the crazy thing is both Helm's Deep and Ed are just extremely open. Like, that Rohan army right there can very, very easily just retake at least Edoras. But all you gotta do is retake Fold and start mustering. Maybe you just attack West Eminent just to get it over with, because they'll probably attack you. No, because if you attack West Eminent, they might... if you don't kill them, they go to Edoras, and then you might be in a bit of a pickle. I don't know. I would definitely... I guess the dice aren't working with him, that's for sure. He's getting musters and palantirs, but... yeah, I don't know if I'd be mustering a leader in regular. It's hard. The dice are not helping. Like, those palantirs are not helping. I move into Osgiliath, and I form Gorgoroth into Minas Morgul. I guess I realize now it's like, if I take Gondor, I'm at 8 points, so I just gotta kind of just take it, and then go up to Erebor. But the longer I wait, Erebor gets scarier. Granted, he only has 1 strategy card right now, but... yeah, if Dane gets played, that's almost untakeable. That's almost a perfect stronghold, and it has a companion in it. I muster the Mouth. That's another reason to make Minas Morgul tougher, is I want to bring the Mouth in, so... instead of burning a character when my leadership's already in the right places, I might as well bring an army with them. They play Ents, kill Saruman, and then they play Safe Paths. to get rid of We Shall Get It. Makes sense, because you will certainly be getting Golem this game. Okay, no, I do opt to... right, I think that's a I don't think you can do that. Alright, I don't think you can do that. I think when you use a muster as a character with the alternate mouth, you have to do it as a army action. Or not an army action, it has to be with an army. So you can move him with an army. You can't actually just move him with a muster, so that was an error on my part. Pass. Alright, exchange the Witch King, so I'm still at full leadership, but I do get that free press. But this is going to be a rough fight. Just like our first game, the North are not participating whatsoever in this fight. I put Give It To Us in there. They pass. I draw another red. Okay. Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. Alright, that's going to be a scary pool. They hide. And yeah, I just play it. Because they're going to move first action next turn. Yeah, I say yeah, it's very red. Yeah, that's 4 out of 14. So a 2 out of 7. Yeah, 2 out of 7's rough. I think that's like a little over... It's like around the 30% range to just draw red every time you move, and it's going to get worse as you go. I draw Sealed and Desperate Battle. Right, Sealed there's 5 eyes in the pool, probably not playing that. Oh, there's really nothing else to draw, right? By the time I get Candles, you'll probably have Golem, so I think character cards are just done with. I think we just commit to military, do our best. Right, they roll an eye with Elrond, and a good roll, not the roll they want, but it is a good roll. This is a roll that could potentially get you Rohan back. They move right away. Not like the pool's going to get much worse, but they didn't get a red, so, and not even a reveal. Yeah, I was actually pretty lucky to not get revealed there. It was 4 out of 14. 2 out of 6. No, 2 out of 7. So same chances of drawing a red, really. Right, I start... Yeah, I just bring every... Like, these strongholds are rough, so I'm just bringing everything I got. This is Canon Sauron. They move again. It is the red, so that was expected. At least it didn't get revealed. I played Denethor's Folly because this is going to be a fight. So one of the few times you want to play it. Accidentally killed one too many leaders there. They had Mithril, so suddenly things aren't the greatest right now. It's like, okay, I have to bank on dice. If these fights just go poorly, then I'm in deep trouble. Granted, I have fantastic combat cards. Like, these are the perfect combat cards for something like this. I got my Onslaughts, I got my Desperate Battles. I mean, Relentless Assault would be even better. I'm at that 7 leadership mark, too, in Minas Tirith, so Cruel's Death is at its full value. Yep, I just go for Deadly Strife in Minas Tirith because of Denethor's Folly. It's like a permanent round 1 for Grond and whatnot. Roll 4 hits. Almost completely flubbed that roll, 3 ones. Imagine that confusion there. That would have been very confusing. So I get 4 hits, they get 5. The expected Deadly Strife results. I do it with my free press. I play Desperate Battle. 2 hits. 3 back. Press again. No card. Only 1. Press. My Onslaught. Why did I Onslaught? Did I need to do that? Right, I think I just want to like use all my dice to their full value and wait burning a die just to attack again when it's a 1 dude. Just feels bad. I do get my 6 though. So Minas Tirith is taken, honestly, strictly due to Denethor's Folly, I think. There's 2 strategy cards in there. They might have had a Heroic Death with their 3 leaders, so basically Heroic Death for them. You're welcome. So I'm now at 6 points. I draw a character card. Huh. I guess I'm just hunting for Black Captain and Ring Wraiths again. More attacks for the future, for the next turn. Because he's not going to win next turn. Unless he gets very lucky. But, yeah, I got a pretty... Fear of the Masters isn't terrible, I suppose. But you'd rather have another Strife. Or, sorry, not Strife. Cruel as Death, something like that. They pass. I move my leadership. What am I doing? Alright, so I put some dudes in Osgiliath. Right, so I'm thinking Lossernok could get big. Not really. Right, I think not Lossernok could get big, but they could retake Pelargir once I inevitably put Dol Amroth under siege, and I need some kind of force to just like shoo him off immediately before it becomes a problem. I have these 8 orcs here as well, so the Rohan guys could cause something. Again, like, let's see what they do with their muster and hybrid, because I'd be attacking West Emnet right now. Alright, so they opt to just go for fold and move North Downs to Bree. Okay, right, so I counter this best I can. Very similar to my last Shadow game with 3 Gondorians annoying me. Now it's 3 Rohan units. Move those 5 guys with Nazgul. That might have been part of my plan as well. Can't think of Pass Me. Pass Me is very smart. Present Me he's doing his best. Honestly, if I were predicting what he'd do, I feel like he would have just attacked West Emnet instead. I don't know. Both of them have value. But move those 8 orcs in Osgiliath, move that little mini baby army I built with the Nazgul into Druiden Force, and I just gotta shut it down. You can't let this stuff build up. Perfect use of Advantageous. It saves them a hit. And they get 1 back. Definitely press that, and they go right back to where they came from. Pretty much no different. So now if they go for that West Emnet attack, they have this fold army that can hurt them pretty bad. And yeah, it'll give them more thing, but who cares? Okay. I draw the gates are closed. Words of Power may come in handy if he goes for that Gandalf Dol Amroth play, which would be very, very smart. But considering the mouths there, could not pay off. So I draw gates and Rage of the Dunlendings. Happy to see Relentless Assault with those 8 orcs just kind of vibing in Osgiliath. Really looking for, Shadow's Gather or Shadow Lengthens, one of those cards to help me out. Forward Mustering. I have good combats, but not good card effect cards for what I'm trying to accomplish here. Fellowship moves. It's a 1 reveal, so oof. Yeah, so far dodged every eye. There's 5 eyes. Yeah, I mean, it could be one of those. There's literally 3 tiles in there that do nothing to Golem, so it could be just one of those Mordors where they're just like, woohoo! It would really, really hurt my feelings, but possible. So I attacked EA. I know I need to. No other armies in position on the board, so aside from Erebor, but I need to take both. So when you really think about it, my military is actually not doing great right now. Granted, they put a lot of resources into defending Gondor, so fairly so, my military is struggling. And if they have Kierden ships right now, oof. And they did only roll 1 movement this turn, which is rough. But realistically, if they moved again and hit an eye, they'd be what? 7 corruption revealed. Like, you really don't want to be moving too crazy, but under the circumstances, you probably just go for it. Alright, so I play Cruel's Death. I don't know about cycling a character card. That doesn't seem productive. Maybe I should have just went with Mumakil. Oh, I might be saving... I believe I'm saving that Mumakil for Erebor. I think Erebor's the tougher fight. Now, unfortunately, if he looks at the board state right now, he can all but confirm that Erebor is the only valid target for my final 2 points. Unless I Rage and go to Shire, which I do have Rage. Maybe you just start burning those musters in Woodland Realm. Get 5 elites in there, like you're not taking Dale or Erebor. And that stops my 4 cities. We'll see what they do. Alright, so I play Cruel's Death against no quarter. Cruel's Death is not cruel whatsoever. They get 5 hits in Dol Amroth, so getting flashbacks. So suddenly our armies are the exact same, which is no bueno for the Witch King. I bring the Balrog in, I guess just to get an extra die, because what else am I going to do with a muster? Alright, so he starts moving armies to reinforce Lorien and Rivendell. I play Shadows. Interesting. Alright, I don't remember any of this. So they made the right call trying to defend these places. Alright, so Lorien's untakeable now, because there's still 2 elites in the pool, so that can be a 3-5 army. Not happening. Oh, and I play Rage into Moria. Alright, so now that Moria army is like, woo! Okay, I like this. Yeah, so I am... Yeah, I'm gonna go reinforce Dol Amroth while also going for Rivendell. Ooh. They put a 4th elite in Rivendell. Huh. Alright, I wouldn't go for Rivendell now, not with the North Downs army. Or Trollshaw's army. Yeah, I'd just say screw that. I don't think I was actually going for Rivendell though, because with that Trollshaw's army with scouts likely getting in there, that's untakeable. I'm kind of shocked they burned that muster on that. Maybe just in case they don't roll a muster next turn. Alright, so I drew Shadows Moving and Morgul Wound. Allocate 1 eye, roll 2 more. Consistent. Galadriel rolls an eye. They draw a character card. So they can win this turn if they get There's Another Way, which is likely what they were trying to draw there. I play the Shadows Moving. I go to Buckland, reinforce Dol Amroth, reinforce Osgiliath, and I reinforce West Emnet. I guess because I know, Lorien really can't come down because they don't have the die for it. I guess what else am I gonna move? Yeah, that makes sense. Thankful I drew at least one of the moving cards. Honestly, probably the best one I needed at this moment. So I attack DA. Yeah, I think it's obvious I'm going for the cities at this point, but I can also pivot to Grey Havens as well. I play Words of Power against it. Again, cycling character cards, not sure why. I get 2 6s, so that's always good. They get 0, so very lucky round of combat for me. I do my free press. I draw my Black Breath that I worked hard for, I guess. I don't know why I was cycling character cards. Again, probably still saving... I should probably look at my cards before I talk. I mean, Mumakil's probably still being saved for Erebor. I suppose that's the logic. You want to save the Palantir for Black Captain, for sure. So, makes sense. I look at it. Alright, let me eat my words real quick. Never mind. Oh, right there, I think I picked a card, and then they decided to show the cards when they meant to play a card. Unfortunate, but when they're the ones who, made the cards come out, I was probably just hit the wrong button, which sucks. But I play Mumakil. I get 3 hits, and they only get 2, so I got 4 hits. So Mumakil sealed the deal for me there. Yeah, I say I didn't actually expect that to go that well. Yeah, it went extremely well. That's the break I needed at this point. Because if this went on another turn, I'm not sure. It's going to completely depend on the hunt. Okay, they bring another regular into Lossernach and a regular into Woodland Realm. Right, because they probably know I want to get my cities now. So I attack the Shire first. No, I don't. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I remember this. Alright, so I don't attack the Shire. I actually go to whatever that is. Evendim. Bet you never seen an army there before. And Lamedon goes to Pelargir. Alright, because I want to make sure he can't retake Pelargir. So the reason I went to Evendim instead of just attacking the Shire was, had I attacked the Shire and I failed to kill him, which is super likely. So, 6 dice on 6s, yeah. If I were to fail, he could retreat to Tower Hills. And why didn't I want him to retreat to Tower Hills? Am I dumb? Why did I not want him to do that? Does it really matter? Yeah, I miss out on an army movement, but does that matter? Well, I'm thinking at this point, okay, I think the only thing I can think of that very smart past me thought of was because I had moved Lamadon into Pelargir, so now I probably want to move to Tower Hills with that Northwest army and then reinforce Minas Tirith? No, there's no leader. I don't know. I astound even myself. Alright, so then Osgiliath reinforces Pelargir, because I really don't need to reinforce Minas Tirith with the die they rolled. They play We Prove the Swifter to Lossernach. Man, I am a good player. Because now it's all coming back now. Yeah, so due to his dice, he only had, what, 2 characters, and I believe that was a Palantir. Right, so I kind of predicted that he would try to go for a Minas Tirith retake, but I couldn't actually fully defend Minas Tirith due to Pelargir. Because it's a win-win for him. He can go for Minas Tirith retake if it... he could threaten it. If I reinforce it, he can attack Pelargir and probably take it back. And then I still lose, like this turn, technically. Now, granted, he's not moving, so we're banking on dice next turn as well. But still, I don't want that chance. So I think I saw this. I didn't want to attack the Shire, because if he got in my way in Tower Hills, I'd actually be a dice short. Because right now I can attack Tower or Grey Havens, and then play the Witch King to attack it with Black Captain, and then I have another dice to defend Minas Tirith, to defend Minas Tirith against a retake. So I gave myself 5 combat strength in Pelargir. Now I play the Black Captain to just get my leadership ready. So yeah, those leaders go up to Grey Havens. So I'm still on like the perfect amount of dice right now. And unfortunately, Gothmog and the Mouth are not coming with the Witch King here. So it's strictly a Witch King versus Gandalf the White brawl, which is awesome. He decides to shine, which makes sense. I mean, unless he has character cards. He has 3 character cards. Yeah, it would really depend on those cards. Heroic Death still works if you're shining, and that's likely what he has. Sorry, if I kill this army here, there's no way he's retaking anything. Alright, so I played Black Breath against Heroic Death. So yeah, Black Breath does nothing. I'm just cycling. His Nazgul Strike's completely pointless. I get 1 hit. They get 0, so Heroic Death, I mean, I get why he played it. I get Cruel as Death. Can't play that because I have no Nazgul leadership, so now it's just we brawl until they play cards. So yeah, he had character cards that don't require leadership, so this is the perfect time to shine. So I'm rolling 1 less die, so I'm only rolling 4. I get 2 hits. They get 2, so Gandalf the White is killed by the Witch King, and I finally conquer Lossernach, my most hated region. Alright, so they just move. And drew the red eye, mithril it, and then they draw the red one. So, yes, you're going to probably draw at least 1 more red, but yeah, getting 2 in a row feels really bad. And it's the one that slows you down. I mean, they both were the ones that slow you down the most. But at least you got the one that hurt less. But at this point, I'm just going to go for Grey Havens. Right, I don't have to risk, like, attacking. Because if I were to attack Dale, he would attack with that Woodland Realm army, which that's 8 health against my 11, and I have a city, so unlikely to win from him. But why risk it when I have Fear of Their Masters, Cruel as Death. It's something to play, you know. But I got 4 whole rounds of combat here in Grey Haven, so I just go for it. Play my Cruel. You only get one hit. Thank God. With Cruel, so that helped. They get two, so it's looking to be one of those sieges. So let's see how it goes. I play another character card, Black Breath. I don't even know why I'm playing that, honestly. Probably should save that. One hit. They roll one. I press. I roll no hits. They roll one. My final press. I can't play that. Okay, it didn't matter. Thank God. I was gonna say I can't actually play that card. There's no minion in that combat because I'm pretty sure I knew that. I don't know why I played it because I would have played it just like immediately. Weird, but yeah. Thankfully, I rolled a 6. If I didn't roll a 6 there, that would have been a big oops. Like that'd be replay the game worthy right there. Oof. But yeah, great game. Yeah, he said he thought he had it. He said he thought he was going to get the dwarves involved, but he didn't have the die. Alright, so I was saying, I guess this was going through my head. I was like, the only thing he could have done was muster a leader into Iron Hills, because he had their stupid muster die, and then C-dice him in, but then he couldn't have done the Gondor, like, Pelargir / Minas Tirith retake threat. So how much would that one extra dwarf really help him? And the reason I say that is because his elf pool's completely gone. But yeah, fun game. Again, similar to my last game, it's just this giant Lorien army just chilling out. Did not contribute. But makes sense why. I mean, then he has his 4 elite Rivendell. I think the only mistake by my opponent, I think they played extremely well. I think the only mistake I can think of is doing that muster in Rivendell. You know, that one more elite in Grey Havens would have probably saved it. Yeah. And I still wouldn't have gone, even with 3 elites, I don't think Rivendell was an option. Now with the extra regular and elite right beside them, you know, you don't need to make Rivendell a freaking 5 elite army. Yeah, no, I don't think my army was that big. Yeah, and I say Rohan was tough just standing there, so yeah, I'm commenting on them standing in East Emnet. Now, granted, that's my playstyle. I don't want to push my playstyle on anybody else or even expect it, you know, because it's one of those things that has that chance to fail, and when you're being competitive, why take the risk? Kind of similar to what I just said with the whole Dale Shire kind of a double attack. Like, there is a threat that completely fails if that Woodland Realm army just rolls better than me. I have no leadership. You know, there's a significant chance they can beat me. So don't take that risk. Just go for Grey Havens, and that almost also completely backfired. But overall, great game. So that gives me round 2, game 2. Gives me the win. So we will be going on to our tiebreaker game next. So I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.